How to Win PUBG PC 2025. Let's go. Alright, first tip. Find a place you can always land safely and get your stuff. In Sanok, it's these three buildings for me. The big building here gets you all your stuff. When your parachute opens up, immediately look around to see where all the other enemy players are. So I can see most of them are all on my right. So my left should have only one or two. Land by cutting your parachute so you get down quickly. Get inside and close the door and get your loot. It's important to always close those doors, not just to as a good habit, but because it keeps you hidden from other players that might push up to you. So yeah, you wanna always have that element of surprise. And when you're done looting with your first area, you can now proceed to those safer zones that you checked while parachuting in. For me, it's this building area, and whenever I go up here, I always use the trees, rocks, shrubbery, and wall as a defensive line. You want to walk up to it, keeping your crosshairs aligned, so wherever the enemy might show up, your crosshair can have the shortest route to flick to. Of course, you want to walk in, so you always stay quiet. And again, always keep the element of surprise. You can see that effectively working here in this situation. As you can see from this replay, there was one guy coming up, but because I kept silent while getting all my necessary loot, I hear him coming. So of course, I right peek the window, but he goes through the door. And there we go. Immediately close it, keeping everything silent. You want to always right peek because that exposes the least amount of space for your body. If you left peek, a lot of your body is exposed before you can even see your opponent, so it's quite disadvantageous. Again, you don't want to loot too long once you get your weapons. For me, it's an SMG sniper. For health boosters, you want to get back to this strong building. And what I mean by a strong building is this one. Lots of walls, small windows, and lots of right angle peaks. I can right angle peek this door, that window, and that frame. So I can easily defend. And if things goes wrong, it's easy to get out because the room is divided into two areas. And lots of windows I can jump out of and play around. So you can see, I can see the hill as well, the backside. And as I'm keeping my eye on the timer and there's noise from the plane, I can immediately move to the circle, which has positioned itself up here on the hill. When crossing, you must always have your gun on your hand so that if an enemy pops out, you will have your gun ready to commit to the fight. Don't try to run away when that happens because obviously you're transitioning. You're in an open area, so there's not much you can do. So you might as well commit to the fight and put your skills there. I was able to cross safely and I pop a booster so I can continue up the hill and clear it of enemies. You wanna try to be boosted whenever you're clearing an area. So you're moving as fast as possible, giving you the best odds. Now this area has a lot of big rocks, shrubbery like the big grass, and trees. So it's the perfect area to defend from. So I always make my way clearing the area I'm gonna defend. So you want to check the grass, the trees, the rocks, that no one is snaking there, and make sure it's generally safe. I know enemies are here because I hear gunshots. And since there's no enemy hiding here, there's no need for me to overextend. I can go back and defend this strong area until the circle moves. Again, I'm listening to the gunshot sounds so I can keep track of where enemies most likely are. So one in my front there, one on top of the hill, and possibly down here. The replay shows you where the enemies are, but during gameplay, this is what I'm thinking of. Now I thought I'd be completely safe here, but as you can hear, someone shooting at me. He must have seen me somehow, and I don't hesitate when moving. Again, I don't need to fight about him because he's all the way down there. I need to look here where I know somebody might be moving to me. You can see the storm. And now that's cleared. I can fight the guy shooting at me. I check. I bait him. He shoots. I miss. I aim again. And there you go. Immediately, fully reloading. Now, I don't waste my time with those other sounds. I look at the hill where I know somebody was. I heard gunshots in this direction, so I ADS because that's the quietest way to walk up. And there I see him. He's aiming at someone. So I take my time to bring out my sniper rifle. Lower his health. He's still alive. Switch quickly. There you go. So I immediately reload. I know he was looking at someone, so I have to be careful. Quickly loot. All I need is health and boosters. That's it. Don't waste time looking at what he has. I see him. That's the guy he was shooting at. Clearly, he doesn't see me because he's panicked. Somebody shot at him. So I use this time to again boost myself up. Now, this is a very risky move, but I know he doesn't see me because he's panicking and there's trees here. So I had that time to boom. There you go. Again, in other situations, you want to shoot immediately, but I had time there. Again, fast loot, see? Just very quick, get the hell, get the boosters. And get out of blue zone. So you can hear properly. Again, you want to walk, see how fast I'm walking with an SMG and boosted. I see that guy on the hill, he's crossing. But I'm more concerned this ridge line. I'm always clearing the rocks, trees, and grass. Rocks, trees, and grass, always look at that. Then when there's a house and window, you want to keep your eyes there. And crosshair there. And whenever you commit to rotate, you move always with the cover. So trees, rocks. Always those. Check the window, no one's there. Check my right, I don't see anyone. And I don't hesitate to cross. Always keeping my head on a swivel. This is a very bright area, so my gun is out. So I can commit to a fight anytime. No one's shooting at me, so I'm clear. So again, I boost myself because I have the time. Again, still keeping my head on a swivel, never staying too still. And then I continue clearing this hill. Again, it's very important. Move with the shrubbery, the tall ones. Move with blue zone, move with trees. Break the body outline you have so that when guys look back, it's hard to spot you. As you can see, that guy missed me. Obviously, I didn't know where he was there when I was playing this. And now I'm in a strong position with this rock. I'm looking at right. But I hear gun sounds. Again, immediately check. That's why you have a sniper. There you go. He doesn't see me. Boom. That's all you need. Again, I look back to this hill because I know somebody might be there. It's the most likely zone with 8 players. So this ridge line is something I need to fight if needed. Because I'm deciding if I go left or right. I hear them. Then I check my left just in case. I reposition. So I have cover. I push up to see if I can see him. And then I realize blue zone is moving. So the safer zone is my left because I already killed the guy there and no one pushed up. But I'm careful of my right. See? Because he might move. And he did. I immediately reposition again. Then I pull out the sniper. Boom. We both trade. I have to heal. Again. Hotkey your heals. Fast heals, very important. See? I'm already healed up. I can peek. He's still healing. That's how important hotkeys are. And keeping a good idea of where enemies are. I'm always checking. A good tip whenever you're in the last zone, you want to always be slightly aggressive. Clear the hill. Don't just run away. Because if there's 4 guys on my side, it's unlikely that you live. So you might as well take the fights now. Again, making as little noise as possible. That's why we like the sniper. I'm clearing this side of the hill because the right side is mostly clear, but I do have a feeling one guy. So again, trees, tall grass, the shrubbery, and the rock. That's what I'm looking at. You never know, somebody's snaking. I don't see anyone. So my concern now will be my left when this blue zone moves. So I'm committing to a left rotate. This is what you call a pinwheel rotation. That's what I've been doing since the beginning. I hear the gunshots to my right. I saw this guy. Again, I'm always clearing, no matter what level of zone. I clear everything, that rock, that tree, anywhere that people can hide in. I always check. Cleared, cleared, cleared. Then I see that guy all the way to the left crossing the big street. I see that guy on the farm. So I know they're probably gonna fight. And I see from the map, mini-map, that that building is in the next zone. So I'm always checking it. Now, just as I predicted, they're fighting. Alright. It's another guy cleared. I see the rock down below, so that's a perfect position for me to move in. And I'm constantly keeping my eye on that house. During game, I'm thinking that there must be one guy in that house. So that's my concern. That's my biggest fight right now, aside from crossing this street, which is, like I said before, a commitment rotation. So I'm listening. That guy probably healed. I'm always looking at the house, trying to bait a shot. Now, if there's a guy there, I might lose, but he's not. They're fighting there. I always check. And because I don't see him, I immediately commit to the house. That fight confirmed for me that this house is clear, which is the strongest point in this last circle. I didn't push up the hill because it's an open area. There's not much cover. You have to make those calculated decisions. Now that I'm in the strongest building, I take what I can, get boosted, and prepare for the final fight. The thing is, you might think, oh, he has the higher area, so he must have the advantage. Not really. His higher area is incredibly open. I know he's gonna be at the highest point, so that's all I need to look. Tries to blow up the building. He fails. It was a good move. Unfortunately, it didn't work, so I tried to peek him from this off angle. Again, you gotta be shifty. You gotta move around. Keep checking, keep checking. Oh, he was on the left. He spots me, so it's now a battle. Immediately hotkey, because you can see how fast I can heal. He tried to push up, but he probably knows that I already healed up. Again, right side peeking, so strong. See? He probably knows that. That's why he didn't commit to this door. Now I wanted to throw this to pressure him. But he's already run back. He didn't commit. This was, unfortunately, where it became a mid-off. Lol. I accidentally flashed myself. But he missed. Again, I don't want to stop the pressure. I have lots of utility. That's why you pick up grenades, stuns, flash. Throw everything at him, including the kitchen sink, before you commit to the final fight. Here, I throw one last nade at him before I commit to the fight. And there you go. Even with my noob misses like with the flashbang, because I kept my fight hygiene, aka constantly using off angles and moving, using nades, flashbang stuns, etc., I kept the pressure on him, so that the final fight is more in my favor. If you keep in mind this fight hygiene and proper pinwheel rotation, I assure you that you'll have more chicken dinners to your name. And there you go. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll gladly answer them. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you around.